Hi guys, this is Andrea from Crochet Therapy. Thanks for joining me today to make the Harmony Granny Square. We're going to start off, I'm using a worsted weight yarn and an eye hook, which is a 5.5 millimeter hook, and I'm going to make a magic circle or magic ring. Now everybody has their own ways of doing this and I'm going to show you mine. So what I do is I go through here, thread my yarn through my fingers, around my thumb, and hold it right here. I go in, and this is going to be my magic circle here, or magic ring. I go in, pull out a loop, and chain one. And now I am going to make 12 double crochets into my magic circle. Okay, so I have 11. I'm going to make my last one, my last double crochet into the circle. I'll pull it tight. Find my first double crochet, which is right here. And normally I would slip stitch into the stitch like this to close my circle, but since we're going to be working the next round all in the back loops, the abbreviation for that is BL, into the back loops of our stitches, we're gonna slip stitch right into the back loop. So this is my front one and this is my back one. So I'm gonna go right in and slip stitch into the back loop. And now, so the way that I like to start my rounds or my rows in general is a little bit different from a lot of the instructions that I've seen and from some other people. I even for double crochets, I like to just chain one and then start off with my double crochet as my first one. If you're used to chaining 3 and using that, counting that as your first double crochet, absolutely, if that works for you well, then go right ahead. For me, I am a tighter crocheter, so my stitches are pretty tight. It just looks a little bit better because you can tell that my chain is a chain and not actually a double crochet. So for me, this is the method that I'm working with that has worked really well to hide my seams. So I'm gonna do this round now by going into each of the back loops, and we're gonna do 2 double crochets into each of the back loops. So I'm already in the first one, so I'm gonna do 1, 2. I'm gonna find my back loop, which is right here. See, this is the front, this is the back. Yarn over, go in, 1, 2, and I'm gonna do that all the way around until I have 24 double crochets. Okay, so now I am on my very last stitch, the last double crochet, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna change my color over to white to make a seamless transition. So I'm gonna yarn over, go in, pull up my first, go through these 2, and now instead of working with the red yarn, I'm going to put it aside. I'm going to find my white yarn, and I'm going to use my white yarn and go through and slip stitch. Oops. See, this is the seamless color transition. Chain 1, now I'm going to single crochet 2 into the first stitch. I am going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and now I'm going to find my front loop of my first row, which is the ones that I left out, and it's right here. And I'm going to single crochet into my front loop. So I'm going to take my hook, I'm going to go through the front loop, and I am going to just do a simple single crochet into this. And now this next part is a little bit tricky, so what I'm going to do is to get back up here, I am going to slip stitch into the chain 3. So I'm going to do slip stitch into 1, 2, 3. And for that I'm going to turn my work like this and then go in this way. 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to skip this next stitch right here, and I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the next. One, two. So the overlay crochet part is going to look like this. I'm going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to find my front loop. Here's my front loop. And I'm going to single crochet into the front loop. And I'm going to turn over my work like this so I can slip stitch into the next, into those 3 chain. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to skip the next one, go into this, 1, 2, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, find the front loop, it's right here, single crochet into it, like this, and slip stitch into the chain 3, 1, 2, skip this one, single crochet 2, and then just go around till I'm at my first stitch again. Okay, so I'm at the end right now. I'm gonna slip stitch into my first stitch, and I'm just gonna make sure that I didn't miss anything. So I'm gonna count my chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've got 12 of these, so I should be fine. I'm gonna chain 1, and I'm gonna single crochet into the first and the second. 1, 2, and now I'm gonna make a half double crochet bobble into the space right in here, the space right before my chain. And the bobble is 5 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Oops. 4 and 5, and now I'm gonna take my hook out and I'm gonna count back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm gonna insert my hook into the 5th stitch right back here, or actually my first half double crochet stitch that I made. I'm gonna go back into the loop right here, and I'm gonna pull it through and chain 1. Now I'm gonna find my next single crochets, which is right here. I go in, I'm gonna single crochet 1, 2, and make another bobble into the next space. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go in, get my loop, pull through, chain 1, and repeat. I'm going to show you one more time. I'm going to find my first single crochets right here. It's always going to be a little bit crowded out by this chain here, so make sure you actually go find the right one. 1, 2, and my half double crochet bobble is going to go right in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go in and chain 1. And just continue with that until you've done it all the way around. It's the time to cut off your red yarn because we're going to use it again. And I've made the 5 half double crochets, and I am about to finish the bobble. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And instead of chaining 1 with the white one, I'm going to take my red thread my red yarn, and there you go. And I'm gonna slip stitch into this. Here we go. For the next round, we are going to do 2 double crochets into each of the 2 single crochets, and I'm also going to start turning my my circle into a square. So what you want to do is you want to do 2 double crochets into each one. 1, 2, and the next one too. 1, 2, and you're gonna repeat this 2 more times so that you have a group of 3 of them, and you're just gonna skip this bobble. So I've got 2 and 2. I'm gonna do 2 in the next one, 2 in the next one, 1, 2 double crochets, and 1 more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, and now I'm just going to chain 2, and I've made my first corner. I'm going to do 2 double crochet. This is going to be my first corner, and I'm going to continue this around until I have 4 of these corners. That's where I'm going to end. So until I have 4 of these corners and 2 double crochet in each single crochet. Okay, so now I chained my 2, and I'm gonna go into my first double crochet of this round, and I'm slip stitching in, and now I'm gonna slip stitch backwards. Before I chain 1, I'm gonna slip stitch backwards into this corner here. There, and I'm gonna chain 1. Or again, like I said before, if you prefer to chain 3 and use that as your first double crochet, that's totally up to you. This is just preference. And I'm gonna put 2 double crochets into my chain space, 1, 2. I'm gonna find the space in between these 2 double crochet groups, and I'm gonna put 2 half double crochets into it. 1, 2. I'm gonna find the space between these, and I'm gonna put 2 single crochets into it. 1, 2. Same goes for the next one. 1, 2, and the next one. 1, 2. So I've put 3 2 single crochet groups. Here I'm going to put another half double crochet group into the space between these 2. 1, 2, and I'm going to put 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet into the corner. 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2. I'm gonna show you one more time. I'm gonna put 2 half double crochets into here. 1, 2. Single crochets in here. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Half double crochet. 1, 2, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. 1, 2, chain 2. 1, 2. You're gonna do that all around. Okay, so I'm making my last chain 2 and closing up my corner. I'm gonna slip stitch to the first double crochet, and now I'm gonna slip stitch back into my corner. And I'm going to put 2 double crochets into the corner. So for this next round, this is just a regular granny square round, excuse me, we're gonna put 2 double crochets in between each of the stitch groups. So we're gonna put 2 double crochets into here. Two double crochets into here. Two here. Oops. It's a little bit more tricky with the single crochet groups. 1, 2. And here, 1, whoops. 2. And now we're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet into the corner, just like last round. 1, 2, chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to continue this all the way around. So now you can see you've turned your round into a square. Okay, I've got made my last 2 double crochets to my chain 2, and I'm going to slip stitch into the first double crochet of the round, but I'm not going to use my red yarn since I'm color changing over to white. I am going to work with my white yarn to make a seamless color change, and I'm actually going to chain 1 just to secure it a little bit, and I'm going to go back, slip stitch into my corner. And now I'm going to do 2 double crochets in white, 2, and kind of pull this a little bit tight, and here's my color change. My next step is going to be 4 double crochet, not into this space in between these, but the next one. So I'm chaining 1, and I am skipping this chain space, space between the double crochets, and I am doing 4 double crochets into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to chain 1 again, skip this, do 4 into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, skip this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to chain 1, skip this, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets and chain 4 and 2 double crochets into the corner. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and we're going to do that all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to slip stitch into my first double crochet, but I'm going to change color again, so I'm going to use my red. And usually I would slip stitch right back into the corner without chaining 1, but since I'm changing colors, I want to just secure it and anchor this a little bit. I'm going to slip stitch backwards into my chain space, chain 1, put 2 single crochets into the corner, 1, 2, and now for this round we're actually going to be working in sorry, just trying to fix this. For this round, we're actually going to be working in the skipped spaces from the round before the last. So we skipped this one and this one and this one, and that's what we're going to be working into. And we're going to do a group of 3 triple crochets into it. So I'm going to yarn over twice, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 triple crochets into it. Might have to fix this a little bit. What's going on? There we go. And now I'm going to find my double crochet group from the last round, and I'm going to put a single crochet right into the middle of them. So here's 1, 2, and here's my middle, 3, 4, and I'm single crocheting right into this. And my next step is going to be 3 triple crochets down in here again, in the skipped one. So 1, 2, 3. Find my middle of this group and single crochet into it. 3 triple crochets into this skipped one. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into here. Three triple crochets into the next one. 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to put 2 single crochets, chain 1, 2 single crochets into the corner. It's going to be 1, 2, chain 1, 1, 2. Okay. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, I'm just making my last 2 single crochets and my chain 1, and I'm going to switch over to white. And I'm going to go back into this chain 1 and put 2 single crochets in to the corner. And now I'm going to skip these 2 single crochets, and I'm going to start in my space right here, and I'm single crocheting into it, and I'm going to single crochet 1, 2, 3 in my triple crochets. 1, 2, 3. I am going to find the space in between these 2. And I'm going to single crochet in here. 1, 2, single crochet into the 3 triple. 1, 2, 3. Find my space, go 1, 2, single crochet into the 3 triple. Oops. 2, 3. And I'm going to repeat that to the end. To the corners are going to be just like the last round. 2 single crochets, chain 1, 2 single crochets. And you're going to repeat that all the way around. Okay, now I'm just before my corner, so I'm gonna make my last single crochet right into this space after the triple, before the single, right in here. Just like I've been doing all around. And I'm gonna go back into my chain space, single crochet 2, 1, 2, chain 1, and slip stitch. We're gonna change colors again. Excuse me. We're gonna change colors again. And I'm slip stitching back into my chain 1. And I'm gonna do 2 single crochets into the chain. All right, I've put 2 single crochets into the corner. I am skipping the corner from my previous round, and I'm gonna work in the back loop of my previous round, of my single crochets from the previous round. So I'm gonna work in this back loop, and there's supposed to be 20 single crochets, and then skip the corner again, put 2 single crochets, chain 1, 2 single crochets into the corner. And I'm just going to show you how I get into the back loop. So I'm skipping these. This is my first stitch. I'm going to go, this is the front loop, this is the back loop. I'm going to go in the back loop, single crochet, back loop, like this. Okay, so I'm going to single crochet in the back loop all the way to the corner and skip the corner, and 2 single crochet, chain 1, 2 single crochet into the corner. So all together, not counting our corners, we are going to have 20 single crochets in the back loop on each side, and then always 4 single crochets in the corner. And if you count them all up together, it's supposed to be 96 single crochets. That's including our corner single crochets. So 96. Okay, so I'm gonna change my color to white again. Oops. And I'm going to slip stitch back into the corner, and I'm going to put 2 double crochets into the corner. And 2, and I'm going to skip the next 2 stitches and put 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Skip the next 2 stitches, 3 double crochets into the next stitch, skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, and skip the next ones, and I'm gonna put 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets into the corner, and then I'm gonna do that all the way around until I have 100 double crochets and 8 chain 2 spaces. Okay, so I changed color over to red, and I'm gonna slip stitch back into the corner, and I'm gonna put 2 single crochets into the corner. 1, 2, and now I'm going to chain 2. So now I've chained 2, and I'm going to put a double crochet into the skipped single crochets of the previous round. And the next one. And I'm going to chain 2 again and repeat that. So I'm finding my single crochets, this one, the ones that I skipped from the round before, not the last round but the one before, and I'm going to double crochet right into it. 1 double crochet and then 1 double crochet into the next one, and chain 2. And I'm going to do that all the way around, and I'm going to do a single crochet, 2 single crochet, chain 2, 2 single crochets into the corner. Okay, so I've already slip stitched back into my chain, and I'm going to do 2 half double crochets, 1, 2, into my chain. I'm going to find my next space. I'm going to do 2 half double crochets into that one, and then I'm going to find my next one. I'm going to do 3 half double crochets into that space, 3, and I'm going to do 3 half double crochets into the next 6. So altogether it's going to be 7 times 3 half double crochets, and then the space between these 2 stitches and my corner we're going to put 2 half double crochets into. So we're going to have 2 places with 2 half double crochets and 7 spaces with 3 half double crochets, and then there's going to be a 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet in our corners. I've already slip stitched into the corner chain. I'm going to do 2 half double crochets into my corner, 1, 2. I'm going to find my space in between these groups, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets into that space. I'm going to chain 4, and now I'm going to look for my white row or round, and I'm going to go, since this was the corner in that round, I only have 2 here, and I'm going to go into the second one, and I'm going to slip stitch into the second one. And then I'm going to slip stitch into 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna find my next space. It's right here, and I'm gonna half double crochet into it. 1, 2, chain 4. Okay, now I've got a group of 1, 2, 3 double crochets underneath, and I'm going to find my middle one, which is right here, and I'm going to go and I'm going to slip stitch into my middle one like this, and I'm going to slip stitch. It's always easier for me anyways if I turn my work like this, and I'm going to slip stitch into the next 3, 1, 2, 3 of the chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to half double crochet 2 half double crochets into this next one space. 1, 2. I'm going to show you one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Find your middle stitch. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2. Go in, make a slip stitch, turn your work like this, slip stitch into 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work again, half double crochet into this next one, 1, 2 times. And this is where these little things that I felt like look like little musical notes are beginning to show. So that's why I called the square actually the harmony square, because I felt like these were little musical notes. You're gonna do that until you're at the corner, where you're gonna go into the into the first one on your corner, and then you're gonna do 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 half double crochets into the corner, and find your second one, and so on all around. Okay, so I've color changed over to red at the end here. I slip stitched back into my chain and made 2 half double crochets into the chain space. So now I'm gonna single crochet in between these, these 2 half double crochets here, and I'm gonna single crochet in the space before the chain, single crochet into the back loop of my chain here, and single crochet in the space right next to it. And I'm gonna skip this and single crochet into here, single crochet into the back loop of my, oops, this is a little bit more tricky because we have to find our back loop, single crochet into the back loop of my chain space here, it's right here, and single crochet right next to it. I'm going to show you one more time. Skip this, single crochet, find my back loop, single crochet, and single crochet. And I'm going to do that all the way to the end. Put a single crochet here, one here, and 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochets into the corner. And I'm going to do that all the way around. So I've already slip stitched back into my chain space and chained 1. I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the corner. I'm going to skip the next 2 stitches and I'm going to put single crochet into each of the next stitch. So I'm going to single crochet all the way around until I get to my corner pieces. I'm going to skip the corner. I'm going to do 2 single crochet, chain 1, 2 single crochets into the corner, skip this corner again, single crochet into each of the ones down here until I'm all the way around, and then your square is done. And it should measure, if you did this with worsted weight yarn, which I did. This is the Knit Picks Brava yarn, which I'm going to leave a link at the bottom of this video because this is my favorite, one of my favorite yarn sources is knitpicks.com. And I used a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, and your square should be around 12 inches big. Okay, well, thank you for doing this tutorial with me, and I hope the video will help.